fine.
Yeah, I'm fine. How about you?
Fine. Fine. So yeah, very short on the U17, upcoming 17.
Yeah, the under 17 national team. I mean, the Black Starlets. They played an integral role in Ghana's development in football, and over the years, you've given us players. When Ghana was going into the 2010 FIFA World Cup, we could boast of players who played in our national team like Sule Ali Muntari, Stephen Appiah, Michael Essien, and co. It's another time the U17 AFCON is coming up, and Ghana we are in Group D with Algeria, Senegal, and South Africa. I would like to speak about Coach Prosper Nati-Wugum and why I believe in him, and I believe that we have a very good chance at winning the tournament. Yeah, I believe him because in the 2020-2021 Ghana Premier League season, he won with Kotoko.
Yeah, exactly.
If you remember, he had these guys from Cameroon, some 2 Cameroonian guys being in his attack. And I checked this record and I saw that he coached Wafa. At a point, Wafa in the Ghana Premier League were lacking around 10th. He brought them to 3rd position by gaining almost 59 points for them in one of the seasons before Wafa went to relegation when he left there. And so, and you know the Wafa system, they get young players and then they group them before they sell them to the big team. So if he has managed Wafa and he has been able to groom young players to become who they've become now, that means that he can do a job with this under 17 boys. And then he has been a head coach for the team for a very long time now, so I'm sure by now his style of play and his DNA, and none of the boys are above him because he's a top coach. He's a big coach.
After he left Kotoko, this has been his
job since. So I'm very interested in how he would set up the boys in this Mali game so that it will give us more assurance in the AFCON. I think Ghana, the least we should expect is a semi-final. I won't be. When we get to a quarter-final and we exit, I will not be happy. But when we get to a semi-final, I'll see it is progress because it's been a long time since we qualified for the AFCON, and so it's a step ahead of what we've built over the years. And hopefully, this team will be able to transition some of the players. I searched for some of the players and I saw a few players. There's this guy called Michael Ama. He's a goalkeeper from Right to Dream, and we know the Right to Dream system. If not for anyone at all, former Black Stars player. Derek Boateng, who is now one of the heads at the Right to Dream, gives more information about such a player, and it means that the recommendation to the Ghana Football Association that this guy can do a job is important for the team. So he will be in goal post and the other players. There's a player like Mark Kagawa Mensah at Tram Divisa who plays in the Zone 3 of the Division 1 League, and he's been very impressive when you check the Atram Divisa side. So, and I checked something. The last time Ghana played Mali in a game was in the 2017 FIFA World Cup. AFCON.
No, we played them in the AFCON and then
in the World Cup. In the World Cup, when we played them, they beat us by 1-0. So we lost against them 2-1, something of the sort. So it means that our record against them there is not really impressive. But I hope that the boys will be able to do a job against Mali. At least give us a good performance, even if we lose a small goal margin, and then we are able to progress from there, go into the AFCON, get a go at South Africa and maybe Algeria. For the Senegalese, it would be difficult, but I hope we'll do a job there. Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
As much has been given to him, actually, and so we hope that they do well. And the boys should also know what is at stake at the moment, given the fact that the last time Ghana qualified to the U17 AFCON was in 2017. The times of Eric Ayia, Ibrahim Dalad, Mohamed Kudus coming in after the World Cup at India. And it was a big blow for us that we couldn't qualify constantly for about 9 years. Positively missing the AFCON. And so finally we qualified, and we're expecting that we prove ourselves as not going into the competition as big guys do, because for a while now we've not been doing well with the youth football, but hoping that at least we get to the semi-finals and qualify for the World Cup. And if we're able to get to the finals and do or die, we get the win, then probably we win the trophy. So yes, much is expected from the boys. They should know what is at stake, because Charlie, it's not easy. That much has been invested in them, and we expect them to do better.
Well, I still want it shortly or quickly before we move on to the Black Princesses.
Yeah, so I think the run of matches they've played or friendlies have been good for the team. You speak to the coaches and they are very excited that these matches came at a very good time, and they played a lot. I think this is going to be about their 8th or 9th friendly, and they played against Division 1 side, they played against Ghana Premier League teams, and they've gone over to play against their competitors in this upcoming competition, which was Cote d'Ivoire recently, and now they are coming to play against Mali, which is today. And if you look at Mali, in Africa, they are one of the teams that take their youth system seriously. Aside football, in other sporting disciplines, they are very focused on how to develop their youth. So I believe it's going to be another youth test for Prosper Nate Ugumen, his assistant coach, which is the Visions FC coach, Nana Kwekwajiman. You speak to the two of them and you can see that it's just about the process. Every day they mention process because the players, they are young players coming up and they need to understand the DNA in which our football has been designed in. So I believe it's just time. So as these players play together, and I think they play together for over a year, and one player that has been constant since the days of Lai Kingston is Joseph Nabi. I think he's an exceptional player. I watched him with my own eyes and I was just marveled. I was like, this could have been me, but unfortunately I'm here. But I'm very happy for this squad. I believe the players they are selected, they are based on merit and they've proven themselves too. I think the game against Cote d'Ivoire, forget the loss, it was a minor blip, but you look at the 4-0 victory, beating a Cote d'Ivoire side by 4-0. If under any, whether it is the women's side or the men's side or any national team, I think it's a huge plus because currently in terms of football, I think they are vast better football nation than Ghana, and so I believe this under 17 team, they have been given all the tools to go over or go into the under 17 AFCON and just qualify for the World Cup, because it's this year. The under 17 World Cup will be hosted in Qatar, and it is this year, and I believe it's been a while since we qualified for the World Cup itself. And mind you, we won it twice. And the 17 World Cup, we won it twice. And even in the AFCON, we've won it on multiple occasions. So I believe Prosper Nate Ogum and his staff, I don't think they have any excuse. And this is what we want for our teams. Give them the required matches to play and test themselves and find out their weaknesses and find out their strengths, so that they'll be able to build upon that. So that coming into major tournaments, there's no excuse that, oh, we do not have enough time. The players don't know each other. They have not eaten fufu together before. They've not seen each other before. They don't know where they have each other's movements. But I look at this side, I think defensively they are solid, but they still can work on it. And I'm sure this game, the Malians have a very solid attack. And they are going to test their defense as the Ivorians did. And it will be very interesting to see how they're able to handle that. But for the Ivorians also, I'm not sure they face someone with a winger in the shape and form of Joseph Nabi. So it's going to be very interesting. But I think the under 17 side have been given everything to go over into the competition or the under 17 championship, AFCON championship, and compete, because they just have to make it to the semi-finals. Then they book their ticket to the under 17 World Cup. So I believe the boys can do it. We'll be behind them, we'll be supporting them from Ghana, but we won't accept any failure from them. And Prosper Nate Ogum and Coach Nana Ajiman, they know that the Ghanaians, we hate mediocrity. And
so if you win, then you are getting it. But I think I watched that match against Uganda last Sunday, and like the coach said, it's good that he's appreciating that they made some mistakes that they need to correct, and so they are coming into the game fully prepared and then correcting those mistakes to win the match, because it wasn't the best to speak of with the match they played at Accra Sports Stadium. Some of the chances they missed, and even defensively how they structured themselves. I could see the coach wanted to play with more of two-line defense, but then it wasn't really working for the ladies, and then they couldn't progress as well. And even when they had the balls in the higher positions, they were not clinical enough to be putting the ball behind the net. And so hopefully, like he has said, they are going to correct their mistakes, and then they will do well and progress to the U20 World Cup.
Well, John.